My name is Neil Schmid. I'm an American, and I research Dunhuang. Yeah, so, it's a long story. Pulled a book off the shelves of a bookstore called Caves, and these stories were about yuanfen. Looking at that book, I became really intrigued by the site. When I came in 1987, it really ignited a passion. What could be more ideal than that? To be in a place that has so much culture, so much history, so much diversity. And look at this, it's amazing, right? So I think whatever subject you're interested in, you can find everything here. And then I ended up working with the person who translated the book. Eventually came back to Dunhuang, here to work. So yuanfen is, it's very difficult to translate. It's this cosmopolitanism, this inclusiveness, that really moved me. So here we're in cave 285, and as you can see, the western niche has an image of a Buddhist deity, and that deity is Maitreya, the future Buddha. On the ceiling, we have all sorts of Chinese indigenous gods. We see that there are actually Hindu deities, right? So here is Ganesha, the elephant god, also Vishnu and Shiva. And then up here, we have a god who's clearly influenced by Apollo. And so what I find really brilliant about this cave is this harmonious mix of cultures and religions. And not one dominates. And it's, these initial attempts to globalize. That's fascinating because it's really through these sorts of cross-pollinations that cultures flourish. Where we are right now in this place called Dunhuang, this oasis, is actually at the throat of the Heshi corridor. Okay, look at this. Here we go. So in front of us is the Sanwei Mountains, and behind us are the Chilean Mountains. I thought there must be a tight connection between Sanwei Shan, Sanwei Mountains, and Mogao. And the more research I did, the more connections I found. These are Han and Tang Dynasty beacon towers, and they were crucial for securing this area. And it's the main north-south road, and it's one of the only places where you can cross through the mountains. So they're really important historically for giving us a sense of the routes and also the trade routes in this area. And it goes from Central Asia into central China. It goes right into, all the way directly to Chang'an and then further into China. So we're here several kilometers from the Mogao Caves, and I first came here in 1998 to this site. It's called Laojuntang, and it's in the Sanwei Mountains. And I was shocked to look in here and see these incredible paintings. In fact, what we have here are Northern Song paintings that you'd find in the Mogao Caves. And what's amazing about them also is that it's this art, of course, that comes along the Silk Road into China and leaves these traces. And as part of the Silk Road, it saw travelers. It saw so many different types of travelers, so many different types of cultures and religions. So all these people left their traces in the Mogao Caves. Welcome to my little neighborhood. I live in this building over here, so let's go. Okay, so this is my home. Let's go in and I'll show you my study. Ta-da! And this is where I work. This is where I do my work. Well, so I have this very, very large long-term project, which is to do a handbook or a guidebook to Dunhuang studies, a sense of this scope and breadth of Dunhuang studies in China. And it's also to give foreign scholars an introduction to what Chinese scholars are up to and have been for the past 25 years. I was hired permanently by the Dunhuang Academy in 2018. Working at the Dunhuang Academy here in Dunhuang is an ideal situation for me. I can go explore topics, and I'm able to do that because of the resources that we have here. To go into caves, to spend hundreds of hours in these caves, and find the smallest detail and use that as a window onto a vast world or even universes. And so it's this kind of freedom which I think is invaluable, it's priceless, and I feel incredibly honored to have this opportunity. I love Dunhuang for a number of reasons, but one, it's a small town for China.
老板你好，请问一下这些葡萄干，这些卖多少钱？这个不错。
People are very warm and friendly, and I've made quite a few friends, and it's been great to sort of integrate myself into daily life here in Dunhuang.
04年到现在已经是20年前的你，能找到你自己吗？啊，对。
It's the back of my head.
那你看那个时候真的。
Oh my God, I'm so old.
And I see myself in some ways as an ambassador, but also as a translator. I see myself as a translator translating between cultures. And, I have a love for China. I have a love for Chinese culture, the Chinese people. And to be able to immerse myself in this culture at such a remarkable place, in such a crazily beautiful location, this is why I've stayed. What's great about living and working here in China is that there is so much government support for heritage and for Dunhuang studies and also for Silk Road studies. And for me, this is a boon. This is fantastic. Dunhuang and all things Mogao has been my passion and interest for decades now, and I don't see that changing. I don't have any plans to leave at this point. There are always more things to discover, and I find life in China extremely comfortable. I'm very, very happy here, so I'll probably retire here in lovely Dunhuang and spend the rest of my life here.